do a video to show you how to change strings on a Legator Ghost 8 string, as well as oil the fretboard with some lemon oil and give the guitar a bit of just a wipe up as well, just to just tidy up a little bit really. I'm going to put on my new strings by Aurora, sent to me the other day. Really excited to try them. They're red as well, and they're the same gauge as this guitar, which is up to 80. So it's 9, 11, 16, 24, 34, 46, 64, and 80. You might have different gauges for your 8 strings or whichever way you prefer, but usually 80 or 74 is the 74 is the lowest you want to go to really. On a headless guitar, you have a fixed bridge at the bottom and you have a nut at the top, and that's it. There's no Floyd Rose or anything. There are headless guitars with Floyd Roses, like a Snapshot. Floating trem like a Kiesel. This is just a fixed bridge, so it's quite simple. Take all of them off, and then we'll give them a wipe, the fretboard a wipe and a clean, and I put new ones on. Important thing to remember, never cut them under tension. If you cut them, they can damage the finish on the guitar or hit you in the eye or anything like that, so always let them out. On these, you have tuners here. Turn them anti-clockwise and they'll loosen, clockwise and they'll tighten, and that's it. So do one at a time. We'll go with the low E string all the way till it gets to a slackish tension. That's pretty good. I'm going to cut it. At this end, you just lift, you pull the mechanism back and you've got to get it out, which is it can be awkward. But once you get the hang of it, it should be a lot easier. There we go. That's it. And then you have an Allen key for the top end, which is, I think it's a 2mm Allen key in. Turn it, don't give it the beans or anything, just lightly. And when you tighten it as well later, I'll show you, don't go mad. It doesn't need to be over tightened at all, just a little bit. And pull the string out, and that's one done. All you got to do then, repeat the process, the same process for all of them. And then when you get to the clean part, when you get them all off, give them a clean and go from there. The only reason, if you noticed, I put the 80 gauge string in first. I was just a little bit unsure if it's going to fit because it's quite tight. But all you do is a little bit of a push down at here at the nut end, and it will go right to the bottom, and then you can tighten it. But yeah, I've oiled the fretboard now. You don't need much, just a bit of lemon oil on any kind of cloth really. And all you're going to do is just give it a bit of a wipe. Try and get in the corner bits, kind of where the grime would build up on. I have to go mental with it just a little bit, and then give it a wipe with a dry part of the cloth to clean it off. It will sink into the wood anyway and then soak itself in, but it's just good to do every time you change strings. If you change strings on a regular, weekly basis, you don't have to do it on a weekly basis, but probably at least once every 6 months, I'd say. Yeah. You'll notice as well on the strings then, so I've fed it in here, the 80 gauge, which will be the F sharp. Tighten out the nut, like this. Don't go mad, just want to clamp it a little bit. It's not going to go anywhere. And then you just tighten it here, whatever tension you want. When you do this, make make sure you pull the string all the way through to give yourself as much tension as possible, because when you tune it, you'll realise that obviously it depends what tuning you use. You want as much flexibility in that string as possible. So clamp it into the device. You'll see a little pocket for it inside there. Once you've got it clamped, unwind the tuner as much as you can. Pull the string tight. And when it gets to the end, you're going to push it into the nut. Like that. Don't lose these screws. These are really handy. And you can order them from Legator, but if you lose them, you're in big trouble really. So yeah, now you've done that, tighten that. Like I said, don't go mad, just a slight pinch, and then you can tighten this a bit more to give yourself roughly the tension you're going to go to. Again, you'll tune it in a minute, but just for now it's fine. Next string's a 64. Same thing. So on this side, when you feed it in, obviously you put the wound ring end this side, and you put the just cut off end at the other end. So you get you wind it in, so you wind it out as much as you can. Hold it in there. Get it. You see what I mean? Once you get it in, will bite. It can be a little bit awkward, however, once you get the hang of one, tight. You want it so where the bind starts, where the ring is, you want it so that is showing roughly on just here on the bridge, on the actual bridge itself. And just a couple of things I want to say. When you're landing your strings into your bridge, unwind the tuning peg all the way out as far as you can until you see the little slot which the string end goes into. So the slot, you see a little oval slot that this bit goes into. Have to feed it in vertically, so find it, feed it in. Once it locks in, pull the string back a bit and hold the tension and wind this in. Because if it falls out of the saddle, then you have to start again then, basically. Once you've got the tension, pull the string tight, clamp it halfway down the board somewhere with your finger, like that. Feed it in the gap of the nut. Feed it through, keep tension on it at all times. Because once you've got the tension, you don't want to lose it really, so Allen key in, clamp the string down, don't over tighten it because it'll snap. Tighten the tuning peg. There you go. The hardest part about this whole process is getting the strings to land in here properly without them slipping out. What you don't want to do is not land it in properly, tighten it up here, then try to tune it. What'll happen is you'll indent the string up here then, and this will pop out, and then you could damage the string to the point where it just snaps in the future because it's not being held down tight enough, or it goes out of tune for the same reason. So again with this one, land it in vertically, pull it back a bit, hold the tension, wind the peg in as far as you can. See, it slipped out there. Pull it back, tension on it. Vertical, pull it back, hold it, wind the peg in. Tension on the string then. Somewhere on the board, finger down on the board to keep the tension on it a couple times again. Through the little gap. Again, pull it tight, keep it tight. That's it. Then tighten this. Last one, the 9. Try to unwind your strings in a nice steady way, don't want any kinks in them. Like I said, very important to do the bridge section right. Probably a good idea once you take your strings out to practice with a cut string that you're not going to use, that you've taken out already. Practice feeding it in just to see what I mean. It's hard to describe really, but you loosen the peg all the way out, and you'll feel it stop. And if you look down, you'll see the hole where the string goes into line up with the top of that. Feed this in vertically every time. Pull it back a bit so it takes the tension, and then start winding this in. This is the awkward part because you've got to keep a bit of tension while winding it in. Pull it through, hold it down on the fretboard. you'll see that the end of these pegs have a screw, like a threaded screw that goes through to the bridge. You want to leave yourself enough tension to mess around so you can tension these strings. If you go in too far out when you tighten them, you won't have enough, and you'll have your strings, well, you won't be able to tension, you won't be able to tune them at all. So that's it. Full set on, and then time to tune it. These end bits, cut them off nice and flush, and that's it. Cool. Right.